Alright, another game, another white. Let's keep playing the D4s. Yuval Hasin, India. Has played quite a lot. So let's throw in C4. We get the Queen's Gambit Declined. Well, let's go with it. So let's try something else than the normal exchange variation here. Bishop G5 instantly. Black has options. Could now take if they want to. Bishop E7 is probably the normal variation. They go for the... Is this the Ragozin now? Well, I think I'll just defend my pawn. There's a pin here. So knight's not coming here yet. I think the moves like these are probably, maybe Queen A5 might be the, or E4 might have been the main line here. So knight defense here. I mean, this doesn't seem scary. I think the lines that get hairy are the where the queen gets here really fast, and I want to play here and here. I'm a bit curious, should I take at this point? Just so if I play here, he's not taking instantly. So I'll take, they kind of have to take this way. Then I'll stick the bishop here. And I feel like it's an even better version of them. The exchange variation. Where we hope that this is a bit misplaced here. Instead of somewhere around here. Of course it's a pin, but I'll just put the knight here and be happy. Well, this doesn't get us anywhere since they take with the knight, so I guess I could go on this side, but I'd rather keep the pin. So not threatening anything here. Alright, they are probably threatening something there. Well, we could take now. And if they take with a knight, well, I guess nothing. I was thinking takes, but this is defended, and if I take with the pawn, they can take with a bishop here and be fine. I think, yeah. Don't see anything there. And even queen takes probably is fine. So knight f3, knight e2. Or just take. Then the knight is on my bishop. We'd give him an isolated pawn though. If I play knight e2 is c4 annoying. I don't think it's that annoying. I mean, I could still knight f3 too. Could also a3 probably. Even this is nothing since... Or maybe if a3... I mean, of course they could do in betweener here. I was thinking something like a3 and then hopefully they'd be forced to take there and... if he goes bishop there, then takes, and if knight takes, we'd steal a pawn here. Not even there taking here, giving a double c pawn, and it's a pity if there's an actual extra pawn somewhere. But also a3, maybe c takes here. Takes here, takes here. a3, c takes d, takes, takes. I mean, that doesn't look horrible. They still have their isolated d pawn. I have this kind of a pawn structure here. Right, my pawns would be here, here, here against their d5. And like a3. I mean, it definitely was not the only move here, but just want the bishop there. I don't think this is gonna be a problem. I'm thinking of dropping the bishop just back here. Control this so there is no problems with the queen a5 and knight e4, because we can't just chop. And again, seems decent. I think I keep the bishop on this diagonal. I mean, there is an alternative on f5, but why? I probably don't want to even think about trading this guy to this guy. This is the bad bishop for black, since the pawns are kind of fixed on the light squares now. This could be handy. Also, it's nice to control this square. Also, I can even play the knight here against queen a5. Don't need to do queen. I was thinking that queen here and keep the bishop covering the knight jump here. Well, that's the fastest move I've ever done. Now we have to choose. King, queen d2, knight e2. Both kind of lose the control of h5 square, and there is the possibility they stick the knight there. Probably doesn't matter one bit though, because I can always even put the knight bishop there if I want to keep it. Even maybe put the bishop here and control this horrible diagonal. Development seems like a knight development seems pretty good. This looks a bit juicy square. Knight might be a little off base there, since it's not getting my... I mean, if I move the somehow get the bishop there, then the knight could do. Like this route could be pretty tasty. Some squares to jump into. I think I'll just go here. I mean, this was not bad. Oh wait, the problem is that, yeah, well, okay. Then the alternative is, of course, to defend with the queen. Of course, this doesn't defend the c3, so I couldn't really instantly go there, but like in a long-term plan. So they are threatening this. I don't really have to do anything yet, since I can let the h4 happen and go there, but it just looks so tasty to go there, man. But if I go now, queen b6, and then I don't have a square for the bishop. I can go here, but then a5 happens. No square on c5. So this is probably too early. We could also just throw in h4. Fix ourselves nice square here where the knight kind of looks all over the board. Also kind of... No, it's the... Ooh, really? Just takes. No care in the world, just takes. Okay, so which one we take with? With the rook to keep pressure on this guy or with the bishop? I mean, the rook's pretty happy on h4. Of course, it gives up my rights to castle forever. But are we gonna castle on that side anyways? Feel like I'm gonna stay in the center and be happy. Yeah, I'll take with the rook. Keep on pressure here and keep the bishop option open here. Or somewhere else like here. We have discovered knight there. I don't know what that does. Well, sadly, I don't have a knight move yet. Because I have to keep an eye on this guy here. Should I just defend my pawn and free the knight? This is still, I think, too early. Even though now we have squares for the bishop to come back into here, or the queen b6. But yeah, why would I go there to go back here? Maybe even queen d2 not only defend this to free the knight, but also defends e3 to maybe we wanna say go away. I don't see any threats though. I don't see any threats. Queen d2. I'm not sure I wanna kick the knight away. It's not doing much there. But yeah, maybe at some point I'll do a4 and then stick the bishop there. Even though it's not really limiting their castles anymore, since I don't think black ever wants to castle here. That's pretty much off the books now. Yeah, maybe f3, e4. Like, it's not really about kicking the knight, but just since that guy's looking quite stranded there. This side looks horrible, and well, queen side doesn't look very tempting either with the unopposed light dark squared bishop bearing down on this diagonal. They cannot really ever block. So I think this plan should go away, because I like the bishop being here, and the king is kind of naturally prevented from going that way. So this looks actually very tempting. Just make it explode. Of course, I mean, I also double blocked this diagonal, so I don't even have to worry about... I was gonna say knight takes here, but that seems even very impossible. Being halfway illegal. Queen a6. Well, he does take care of the bishop there. That is true. True. Maybe it's thinking about some kind of transfer somewhere, but I don't really see where. I think I'll just blast through. f3. e4. This covered, so there's not gonna be any things on my bishop, but also the knight blockaded that square anyways. Of course, if I take, then the knight could always come back. I mean, the bishop would still have been a pretty decent there. Like, it's Even though it's not really about castles, but more about maybe checkmating them somehow. So if I go here, chop chop, knight goes back. Maybe I can go here, hit some things. What else? What else? Knight is free. Bishop is kind of defended, but if knight moves not, nobody's attacking it anyways. I was thinking here. Can't really add pressure there. I mean, this could be a thing like take, and then stick the knight into d4, but well, if the knight goes here, we have to deal with the e4, e5 hanging first. Don't know. Guess I could do that. Then stick to that, but then also we have to deal with the knight coming there and there. E5 just looks good. I'm gonna do it. It does make the holes around here and the knight coming back here a possibility. But hopefully that's fine. I do think he has to take it to get some square form for the knight. I guess it, in a sense that takes, they should maybe not even go there, since if I push e5, then they could have this square. This could be decent. I don't know. I don't want to take with the bishop because I like my bishop. But if I take with the bishop, then there is no square here, and if he takes with the knight, I take here with the check. This could be nice. Still looks wrong though. Let's keep the bishop there. It is opening up quite a lot, so this, at least in theory, should be pretty strong. Also, I have less than half my opponent's time. They haven't really thought. I mean, of course, if we could get this in and this in, somehow this would be a quite a monstrous bishop there, but that's hard to do. I like this in a sense. So like this in a sense. So this in a sense that we free the bishop up, cover that. I mean, I'm tempted to do some kind of stupid sack. There's like no reason to do it though. Queen here, queen g6. Ding. Takes e5, hits this king here. Seems good enough though. Knight here. And everything looks a little too good to be true. Also, I guess I could go with the knight here. Yeah, that looks also pretty good. Let's go with the knight there. Did I hang anything? I hope I didn't hang anything. That was kind of why I was just looking at the queens, and then I saw, let's move the knight instead, and just moved it. Happens a lot when you spend a little too much time in somewhere. Then you see a good move and don't want to double check. Just hope it's a good one. So that does technically make this a loose piece, since we left that undefended. A little less defended here. This is definitely hanging, so black has to do something about that. But what can they realistically do? Like this doesn't seem to work to me, since I can just take here, right? Could also take the knight and trade the queens. But like, why can't I just take here? Queen here. I guess it's a kind of sack. But still. I just want to do it. Ooh, but how does that work? I'll just castle queenside and... Seems like horribly horrible for black. They still have all the problems with the king, but now they are down material too. I don't think you can survive this, sir. I'll go here. I don't really need to go there. Could also throw in the check now. Don't need to cover this square anymore. Bishop here, then go here. Okay, let's start this with this. I don't really see a good move for black at this moment. I don't really want to do this and let them go here. But now this is at least some kind of a threat. This is double defended, so it's not really winning threat. The e5, I mean. Okay, takes away this check here. Good move, good move. Alright, I'll go here and threaten this instead. e5. Okay, he didn't do anything about that, so now we played. Bishop also covers this, so there's no dirtiness happening on the rook here front. I think this is now definitely over, since that actually wins the rook. I don't see a good move. Maybe there is something, but... yeah, I don't think there's anything. Alright, let's look at the game. My board is a tiniest bit off sync. Why is it like a 1 pixel off? Well, whatever. Fix that afterwards. Let's look at the game. Ooh, I played almost a perfect game. 2 inaccuracies. Taking with the rook was a little inaccurate. Taking with the f pawn was a little inaccurate. Taking with the bishop was somehow better. I was thinking about that, but... I mean, both of them are meaningless. Alright, let's look at it from the top. So, go with the bishop g5 instantly. This is just not played here, what he did. I mean, there is games, but it's very rare. Bishop e7 is just the normal way. Block the pin. The problem is that you haven't really, like white hasn't committed to knight f3 yet here. I think it's just quite good. Knight bd7 also seemed a little weird. I think if you go for this, then something like crazy, but... Or maybe h6 first. g5. And then knight e4. Okay, this would make more sense. There's a bunch of games that have gone there this way. Then at least there is an instant threat here. See, white has always played this and then h5. Ooh. White has 100% winning rate with f3. But okay, it's only 4 games. Quite a rare line. How about some c5s here to open the queen up and put some pressure here? I mean, white could always play a3 here. I guess, well, yeah, that doesn't really take care of knight queen a5 because you can't really take. How we transpose somewhere. Knight e2. Yeah, this is clumsy if you have to play the knight e2 before the... Somehow we is this... Well, how did we get here? Like, we came from one game to 123. Let's look at this Kasparov short game. Yeah, it felt the Ninja Indian show. Queen c2 line somewhere. Transpose. Kasparov short, Rajabov, Topalov, Duda Karyakin. Alright. Yeah. And this is of course awkward, but maybe we can deal with it like... Well, this is not straight up threat. Queen f, bishop f5. Yeah, the theory is so weird. We ignore that and just go counterattack. Knight d4 counterattack. Leaving this hanging here, but yeah. Knight takes c3. Knight takes f5. Discovery, king d1, it's all fine. We have discovered and... Ooh. Yeah, this is spicy. Parev versus Carlsen. All games have ended in a draw. Yeah. Well, that's not chess I like. Well, that was a big distraction, but it felt more natural than what happened in the game. Because somehow I felt like would be in a normal Queen's Gambit Declined exchange variations if the bishop was somewhere around here or somewhere, but Manhattan variation. What makes this the Manhattan variation? Maybe the bishop here is the Manhattan variation, the normal line. Let's see. So if I do this queen, bishop here, and then bishop here is the Manhattan, I guess. No. You know, I can't get there anymore. Isn't that the same thing? Now it's the Manhattan, but the other move order there was not. Okay, I guess it's latest database here is not really very good at the transpositions and the opening names. Yeah, I see that there's still a bunch of Grandmaster games here. 92 has been almost exclusively played here. I went with 83 instead. So no is sometimes a thing. I was thinking that if they go here, I guess if I take here, they take here first. And be fine. Have this weird Isolani, they have a Isolani. We have the bishop pair. Still could be okay. And if I take here first, in hopes that they take with the knight, and then say chop chop, they can always do this, and this, and get their pawn back here. I feel like it's still fine. Now we don't have a bishop pair anymore since I gave that up. Both have a weak pawns. Yeah. I mean, I'd play this, but this seemed okay. There's a game called Nakamura Aronian. Yeah, this take fixes this as a backwards pawn. Wasn't really worried about this. It was a bit awkward since my stuff was stuck guarding it, but also the queen is kind of stuck attacking it here. But they broke the pin and attacked that. Somehow we transposed into some game again at h5. Yeah, maybe that would have made sense. Since again the bishop here and here I don't have a... Like I thought I have a square here, but a5 and then I lose the bishop, so I have to go back. I mean, allowing this is probably okay. Anyhow, it's like it's instant pressure on there. I mean, still looks pretty okay. Anyways, I like this. Not sure about takes, but yeah, the king is just like there's no place home here, and this side also looks horrible now, so I see computer like the bishop takes, I think, much more. Well, I was thinking that I'll put the pressure here and still had hopes of putting the bishop here or some kind of designs. Alright, so he took care of that. Even though I did kind of come to a conclusion that it was not really maybe the place for the bishop. Or this diagonal, I mean. Maybe it would let his king get tucked to the queen side if I somehow played a4 and then put the bishop here and try to keep it on this diagonal. Yeah, this seemed all fine. Yeah, the computer wanted, I see, bishop takes e4 instead. I was thinking this, but like if they take here, okay, I see the line is king f8 anyways, without taking. Oh, then he takes. Why not bishop knight here? Maybe this is too much to deal with. Probably can't go here, right? Or maybe you can. I doubt it. Seems horrible. Yeah, I mean, this looks good too. I wanted to keep my bishop, so, and like, doesn't look bad. having this kind of a strong center either. Just looks bad for black in any ways. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't work at all. Yeah, I was thinking that at least keep the queens on. Some practical chances. Outtake and get castled and... Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can survive. This comes here. Oof. Well, this is even worse, probably. I mean, I don't know what to do about this guy here. Can't really go here. If you go here, you just get walked over by the pawns. But what can you do about this? Probably nothing. Still can't go there. Probably can't go there either. Yeah, there's nothing here. But yeah, this just loses the game anyhow. But I don't think there's much. But let's see what computer would do. So it shows +5/+5. Would go here. E5, knight H5. Okay, that makes sense. You take here. I'll take here. You take here. Oh, we don't even go for the rook. Computer is somehow brutal and says D5. Made in 10. I mean, the dark scores are horrible and all, but... I mean, any human, normal person would just do this here. Yeah, maybe you have to be a little careful here. The knights are a little bit tricky. Somehow get mated here. Horrible. The bishop is a bit pinned. Alright, well, that went better than the last game. Anyways, until next time. Ciao.